Let's be honest. If you're a professional right now, you're probably feeling at least a little bit of anxiety about AI and your job. It feels like the ground is shifting under our feet. Well, today, we're going to tackle that uncertainty head on. We're talking about a clear, human-centered roadmap for what comes next. This is the big one, isn't it? It's the question that keeps people up at night. Am I going to be irrelevant in a couple of years? Or is all my experience suddenly worthless? These are real, totally valid fears. And if you're feeling them, you are definitely not alone. The heart of this anxiety is that the rules have just completely changed. The whole career operating system we were all raised on, the one that rewarded you for doing the same thing really well for a long, long time, it's being replaced. Chasing the same stuff that worked before just isn't going to cut it now, mainly because automation is quietly taking over all those predictable tasks. But here is the crucial reframe. This is probably the most important idea to get your head around. This isn't about you versus the machine. It's not about trying to compete on speed or efficiency. You can't win that game. The game has shifted. AI is great at handling routine, pattern-based tasks, and that actually frees us up to focus on the work that is, and always will be, irreplaceably human. And that brings us to what we're calling the still human advantage. In a world that's getting more and more automated, our most human qualities, the things we used to call soft skills, are actually becoming our most valuable assets. This is where your future security really lies. So what are these skills exactly? Well, they're the things that just can't be coded or replicated by an algorithm. Think about the nuance of human judgment, or the genuine connection of empathy, or that spark of real creativity. Or what about that deep gut feeling of moral intuition? These aren't just nice-to-have traits anymore. They are becoming the absolute core of professional value. And this right here, this is exactly what we're talking about. Deep listening isn't just hearing words, it's understanding the intent behind them. Moral intuition is that gut feeling that guides you to make the right call. And mentorship, that's about inspiring real growth in another person. The good news is you've been building these skills your entire life, and right now, they're your biggest strategic edge. This slide just lays out the shift so clearly. We are moving away from a world that only cared about predictable task completion. The new playbook, our new playbook, values adaptability, it values complex human judgment, and it's all about partnering with technology, using it to make our human strengths even stronger.
Okay, so we get the concept, right? But how do we make it practical? What do we actually do? Well, this next section is all about building a map you can use to figure out your next steps.
Coach Lisa Bowen put together this amazing map of 16 categories of work where these human skills are absolutely essential. And this isn't just a few little niche jobs, we're talking about a broad landscape of opportunity. So let's take a look at the major clusters. First up, we've got roles that require massive amounts of trust and accountability. I mean, think about it. Would you really want an algorithm to be your surgeon? Or your judge? Or the pilot of your plane? No way. Society demands a human to be legally and ethically on the hook for outcomes, especially when there are life or death consequences. This is where we need a person in charge, period. Next, we have roles that are all about creativity and direct human experience. In these jobs, the human touch is the product. A chef's artistic flair, a comedian's timing, a storyteller's vulnerability, you just can't fake that stuff. And honestly, as life gets more and more digital, people are going to pay a premium for authentic, live human connection and creativity. This cluster is all about care and connection. These are the jobs that require deep empathy, being present, and the ability to support people through really vulnerable moments. We're talking everything from caregiving and coaching to helping people navigate grief. And AI can give you information, for sure, but it can't give you the healing power of genuine human presence. And finally, we've got the roles that rely on that nuanced human judgment and strategy. This includes everything from a talent scout who can spot potential that an algorithm would totally miss to the brand new field of human-AI collaboration, where we need people to train, supervise, and ethically guide these AI systems. So, seeing that map probably sparked some ideas, right? But a map is only useful if you know how to use it to get where you actually want to go. And that is where a clear, actionable plan comes in. You can follow this simple but really powerful framework. First, clarify your unique human edge. What are your irreplaceable skills? Second, choose your path. Use that map to find one or two categories that really energize you. And third, commit to a 90-day plan with concrete, manageable actions. This is how you turn that anxiety into real forward action.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground, but you know what they say? Every big journey starts with just a single step.
So I want to leave you with this question. Just forget fear for a minute. If technology could take care of all the boring, tedious, repetitive parts of your job, what would you be genuinely excited to do with that remaining 20%? What problems would you love to solve? What connections would you want to build? That excitement, that is your compass. Ultimately, this isn't a race against technology. It's actually a journey back to ourselves. You don't have to outcompute the computers. You just need to lean into the skills that make you uniquely, powerfully, and irreplaceably human. Because that is the work that remains.